Welcome to the Army Empire Podcast, your go-to podcast for insightful tips on investment strategies, entrepreneurship, and all things money matters. Join Bernard Alerte, your guide on this journey to financial freedom. Each episode will dive into expert advice, practical strategies, and inspiring stories to help you take control of your financial future. Whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or a seasoned investor, we've got something for everyone. So get ready to unlock your financial potential and make your money work for you. And now, let's welcome your host, Bernard Alerte.
All right, we're back. Welcome.
Hi, how you doing?
I see a co-host.
Yes, absolutely. She had to come back by popular demand.
Yes, we have Mrs. Coach with us. So good to see you again. I'm looking forward to this new topic that we're going to have. And if we brought the missus, it's going to be a good one. Absolutely. So folks are starting to jump on. We always love to welcome our audience that watch every Tuesday faithfully on Facebook, on YouTube, and live on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. Share these pages with some friends and family. Suggest the pages from Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube to others so that they too can receive all the gold nuggets, we like calling them gold nuggets, that our coach here, financial coach and advisor, Bernard Alerte, he drops them every Tuesday, and it's so good. So what is the topic today, Bernard?
The topic, we changed the topic a little bit, and it's crazy because I was going through my notes. I was like going through different notes. I like to go back sometimes, and I was actually cleaning out. I was like, because we used to do a lot of Zoom calls. We used to do them before in the pandemic. And one of the things that we did a men's awareness, a men's workshop, right? And one of the things we talked about was something called the 7 F's, right? And which I learned from one of my mentors in business over the years, for 25 years ago. He's very successful. And he talked about the balance, the 7 F's, which can break all of them down for you, which things that you need to have. We talk a lot about money here, the finances, how to get your finance, but there's so many other things also that we always have to be grounded on that are so important for all of us to be able to tap into. And we definitely, you know what? We talk about, I was talking to your husband, I was talking to Robert, like, man, we got to do something for the men. And so let's just bring the topic up. And this is the first time I actually have Aileen with me, because we always talk about these topics on an individual basis, but we never see different perspective. Yes. Mm-hmm. So for people to see that, so we want to really talk about them. They are so important. Those are things that we all need, right? Things that we need to work on always on a daily basis, maybe on a weekly basis, to be aware of us to improve our family or our whole lives, or have a great quality of life.
Okay, awesome. That seems like it's going to be very interesting. I wonder what the 7 F's are. Listen, if you've got a paper and pen with you, write 1 through 7, because 1 through 7, we're going to see what these 7 F's are that really coincide with every aspect of our lives. And let's go with that first one. Ready?
Yes, absolutely. The first one is faith. Faith. You gotta have a strong faith. You have to have faith. Has to be a very strong part of your life. And we did a couple of podcasts on a couple weeks ago, right? A couple episodes back. Have faith and finance, how to work together. But faith in general has to be such an important part of your life, or to help as a human being. And I just remember for myself, I share a personal story. I didn't grow up in church, I didn't grow up in church, and I was in business, and I started working in a financial field. I started working in that field, and I love what I did. I enjoy what I did, but there was something missing. There was a gap. There was something that was missing. I didn't know what it was at that time, because I kept, I wanted to achieve this, but guess what? I wasn't exactly doing what I need to do. And there was something, and I realized further down the line, I had shame. I was like, I didn't feel like I was worthy of success. I didn't have faith in my life. And when I met my wife, Aileen, right? Aileen grew up as a PK, where a pastor's kid, grew up in church. And she convinced, listen, let's go. We need to have that part. And I used to work a lot on Sundays. I used to try to see families on Sundays. And she told me, listen, you have 6 days to work, give a couple hours to God. Just give a couple hours to God and see how it's going to change your life, how it's going to impact. And I fought it like crazy for a couple of months, right? But eventually I did. I went and my first experience, and eventually I started working every Sunday, started going to church every Sunday.
Half a day.
Yeah, half a day. It's half a day. It wasn't long actually. Then it started changing, and I realized as I studied the Word, as I started getting more in tune, learning more about God, it totally changed my life. And we also, not only we saw our business change, everything started changing. Everything changed. You understand my relationship with the kids changed, right? Totally changed because of that. Our business changed, how we dealt with people, the way we saw us, because we didn't live in shame, because we know God has big plans for us. It wasn't just about us. The reason we were going to succeed is not because of our own strength, because God has plans for us. And we understood that. And we started reading the Word, and we started learning the Word, we started understanding the Word, and we started applying that to our lives, and made a big difference. Even how we dealt with people, giving grace, that's so much, right? We have more patience. There's so many things that even with every aspect of our life, it totally changed. And I can tell you, one of the determining factors that changed our business was faith. Number one, faith. And I encourage you, everybody's different, right? I mean, I encourage you, embrace faith. Add that to your life. Find a way to add that to your life. Work on it, and intentionally, and you will see how your life's definitely going to change.
All right, that's the first F, faith. I love what you said there. Embrace faith. Come on, people, because it's going to bless you in all areas of your life. Okay, the next one is.
Can I say something?
Yeah, you can say something. Yeah.
I was thinking something about faith that as a partner, we're husband and wife, and we have family. So I grew up that if I don't go to church on Sunday, it was awkward. Even when we vacation, my father would give a Sunday Bible study when we were camping or when we were in Florida and Canada, whatever. And I told him, I took the step and said, well, me and my house is going to serve the Lord. So I'm going with the kids and I'm going to go to church. And I left him in God's hands, because I told him, he gives you 7 days. He's just asking for one. A half of one, because I understood that we did business on the weekend. I knew that. I accepted that. But I was like, there's no excuse why we can intentionally block out, just like you have appointments with your clients. You have a divine appointment with God on Sunday.
That's right.
Because I was the example, and he saw me consistently. I didn't wave. It was every Sunday. I didn't even ask. At one point, I didn't ask. I just got the kids ready, and I was in church, on my way to church. That's it.
Absolutely.
So good. Moving on to family. That's the second F.
Family is so important. And this is something that we got to work hard on. You got to work hard of developing a great family, having a great relationship with your family, even your wife, and every aspect of your life. Because think about I think how many of us know someone that has so much success and have a poor family. We see so many people. They make a lot of money. Right?
Poor relationship
with their kids.
Poor relationships. No bonding.
No bond with their kids. No connection whatsoever.
No authority.
No none like that. And you gotta work. Yes.
Wow.
We gotta work on make sure that we have a great family life. Build on the relationship with your spouse, right? Make sure that we attend to that. Attend to each other's needs. That's so important. Attend to kids. Make sure I have and we're still in the construction with that. We're still working, but it's just to have that awareness, which is so important to really work on family. Make that important. Don't sacrifice a success for family.
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't sacrifice family for success.
Yes,
you can have it all. You can have a great family life, because we've seen people, even you see it all over the news. How many of us you see all over the news that we have successful basketball player, actors, people that are successful, you name it, and the kids don't like him. The kids unfortunately fall into bad, things like that go wrong, and you see like divorce 6-7 times, and you see it happen time and time again. And it's so, to me, it's sad. It's sad that what happens. So it's so important for us to be able to work on our family, work on getting better. How do I improve as a husband, every single day?
Yeah,
you know?
I remember in the beginning, Bernard told me, well, whatever you did to get her, you got to do to keep her. So that always stood in my head like, wow. And letting you know that because we have a very demanding business, we're not always balancing that. To be transparent, we're not. Sometimes I'm like, hey, we haven't even been on a date or dinner because we've been, with our goals, trying to help people succeed. We work in a team-based atmosphere where we're trying to teach, mentor, coach, and trying to get people's goals done and hold their hand. And sometimes in being passionate about that, sometimes we're like, hey, we need to
get passion with each other. Yeah.
And then also with the kids, I've had many family meetings, what I call family meetings. I had a friend about 7 years ago say, Aileen, how you balance this type of business with your family, because the man is a lot. I said, well, we have a family meeting. That means we sit down and say, listen, mom and dad are working on this goal. I promise you, if in the next 6 months, we're going to go on vacation. If you're not going to see us home a lot, I'm going to make sure you're fed. I make sure your homework. I'll get your tutors. I'll check in with you. I will still be the role of a mom, but you have to understand. And guess what? After 6 months, we will go away to California and on the company's dime because we worked hard and we won a contest. So once a year, we would take them. And they were like, up to this day, they're all adults except one. And they're like, when is the next time we're having our family vacation? Because they're ingrained about us working hard. So it's like a trade-off. I don't like to say sacrifice. I like to say a trade-off. Because to me, when I think of sacrifice, I think of Jesus Christ, and nobody's going to do that, right? So I say trade-offs. And that's how we operate. And when something is huge, you have to let your kids know. You can't go about your day and leave your kids out, because then they're assuming things. And you think kids are kids. No, they're very intuitive. They know what's going on. They can feel like the tension. Like we have tension when we're like, things are not going the way we go. Like you had mentioned in the master class, it's a up and down. We know how to deal with that, but we take it for granted that our children do.
Yes.
So why leave them out? They're big and they're old enough. Believe me, they will understand. If you haven't, they will appreciate this in the future. And what you're doing, you're modeling a good family habit. Now my kids are having kids, and now they know that they may not have kids, but they know they have to have meetings with their spouse. I'm like, did you go over that with Dwayne? Did you go over that with John? You don't make decisions without your spouse. You have a family meeting. But I ain't got kids. That's your family.
That's right. That's so good.
So it's already passing down to the next generation how we operate in our family culture. Like a simple, silly thing is when any one of us are traveling, we have a family chat, even though we're like all over the US.
I'm always in trouble with that.
We state, okay, I am leaving on this day. I'm in the gate. I'm boarded.
Yes.
I arrived, and that is a culture in my kids.
Yeah.
Now, one time I forgot my last travel last month, and they had a family meeting with me. They had FaceTime with me, and they were like, "Excuse me, you were in Georgia?" And I was like, literally we landed, and then the next day we left. So to me, it was so much. But guess what? They called me out.
Yeah.
They called us out, and they're like, "How dare you? You didn't say when you boarded, when you landed. We, God forbid, something happened to you. We didn't even know the flight." And I was like, "You're right. My bad."
Yep. So, Lori's family does the same thing. I do the same thing with my kids too. They always got to know when their mom is boarding. That's so good. That's so good.
So those connections. And also, I also see, this is a short little thing. When my kid's father passed away, I spoke to my husband and I said, babe, you got to now take the role of dad. Because he would take the role with all due respect with their dad, because we co-parent, and he always gave him that space of like, that's your dad. And Bernard was more like that favorite uncle, that close uncle. I said, well, you can't do that no more. We having a family meeting. I need you to change roles now, because they need you as a physical father here. And we spoke about that, and he messed up like, oh, I keep forgetting. I have to call them.
Yeah.
So I had to give him that space because it's not a switch.
Yeah.
You know,
it takes time to do that.
So my example is that there's things that change in the dynamic of the family that you have to be constantly balancing and checking and reflecting.
It's juggling. It's actually juggling. You're juggling, and you're not going to get A's every time.
No,
you can't get A's in every topic. You're going to have to sometimes roll shit. But the main thing is every single day we got to make sure work on a family. Am I being whatever relationship dynamics you are? Am I trying to be the best husband possible? Right? That's the question. Am I being the best dad possible? What can I do to improve? As long as you have that awareness, I need to improve. I need to work on that. It just is gonna grow because it doesn't happen automatically. But if you have to have that awareness, I gotta get better and all different roles that we play to make sure we grow. Because it makes no sense to be wealthy. It makes no sense to have money. It makes no sense and lose your family.
And lose your family. So good.
Lose your family. It makes no sense to do that. Kids don't care what kind of car you drive, how much money you have in your 401k. How much they don't really care. Yes, those aren't important for live, but they don't care about that. If you ask kids, sometimes is what's the thing you remember the most? They don't remember what kind of car you drive. But they remember that you were present.
That's right.
Memories that you made.
Memories you made. They care about
those
memories they made. So those are things so important to be aware of as we go daily to make sure that we're able to do that.
Yep. Perfect. Next, that's 2. What's 3?
3 is firm. Work on your business. Firm is your business, whatever business you're in, to make sure that every single day you invest time ways to get better in your business. Yeah. That's something that you have. And also the question you have, are you in the right business? Are you in your calling? Right. And the challenge that most people have is the sad part, 80-90% of people are doing something that they don't want to do.
They graduate college. What are you doing?
They don't want to do, right? And a lot of them are think about that, right? You gotta I always ask a question, is that going to help you reach your goals? Is what you do right now, if you have goals, is that going to help you reach your goals? If the answer is no, then change it. Find a way to change it. Do something different. Do something totally different. Because think about it, you spend a third of your life. Most people spend a third of your life, right, working. You sleep for 8 hours a day. You're working most 8-10 hours a day. So you spend almost a third of your life. It's just sad that you would spend a third of your life doing something you don't want to do.
You don't even want to do it.
You might be bad at it, right? And you don't want to do.
That's good, Lori.
Yes, it's so important. So think about, really reflect. Is it, this is what and find a courage. I need to do something different. Find a way to transition to do something different, and this is why it's so important to work on it. And if you're in a business that you want to be in, you have a responsibility to get good at it.
Yes. It's not just gonna happen.
Exactly.
I'm learning. No.
Right. And if you think about it, right, and I'm just gonna read this scripture real quick, which is Colossians, right? Colossians 3:23, right? It was very simple. It says, whatever you do, work with it all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters.
Yeah.
That means anything we decide to do, make sure you're the best at it. Do your best at it. Be excellent at it. Excellent at everything that you do, right? Because if you're excellent at what you do, things will grow and you get where you need to go, right?
So good. So firm means business or your career.
Career, yes.
Awesome. Next F is drum roll. Let's see what the next one is.
Finances, right? Finances, right? And we spend 38 episodes on the finances. But that's important. Be good steward of your money. Make sure you work. And I'm not gonna spend too much time because there's so many episodes on that. But this is so important for us to work on finances, work and learning more, and get better at your finances, learning how it works. Right?
Yeah. I'm gonna read something. It says God will multiply what you mismanage. Mismanagement is a sign that you're not ready. Not that God isn't willing, but God is not obligated to grow what you're too distracted to guard.
That's right.
So you can ask God for more while you cannot ask God for more while mismanaging what's in your hands. So don't pray for overflow while living out of order. So these are questions that, so excellence is the evidence you're ready for elevation. Okay, so I just wanted to sum up that. And God's multiplication flows through mastery, not mess. So this could be for somebody out there, right? And if you're sloppy with seed, don't expect harvest.
Shut up, girl.
Oh my God. When I read that, I was like, drop the mic. What?
Jen said that part. God will not multiply what we mismanage.
Right.
Absolutely.
So people like, oh, why people win the lotto and they lose, or they're in more debt after. They say in 2-3 years they already lose everything.
Situation, and that's something that's not talked about. It's not talked about. Like, if you think about it, right, almost 90% of people that win the lottery, and that's you never had. Oh my gosh, this is what this person's done with their life. They lose it within a couple of years.
Right.
They're broke. Yeah, they're broke.
So multiplication follows order, not emotion, ambition, or assumption. Again, multiplication, anything that we're working on, right? I mean, we work to multiply, right? I don't know no one that works that wants to stay the same. We're working towards a goal to make more, to grow. So we're talking about multiplication, not addition. So multiplication follows order, not emotion, not ambition, and not assumption.
Absolutely.
Man, that was a good one. Our comments are on fire. We have Sally on and Lori and Timna and Robert. Oh my goodness, everybody's just commenting. I love it. Okay, what in the world is the next F?
Next F. Drum roll. Fitness. Oh wow, that's something we don't like. That fitness, right? It's we gotta get healthy.
You gotta be healthy.
You gotta be healthy.
You can't enjoy your wealth.
It makes no sense to have money and be sick. It makes no sense to be. It just, to me, it's very touchy topic. You know, it's very touchy topic because listen, my wife. Some of you guys know my wife dealt with cancer. Was diagnosed with cancer, 2013. Right, very aggressive breast cancer. 3 about to go to 4. So, and it wasn't by anything her doing, just things that happen sometimes. You had no control over it. Just something that just happened. So it was very. It was very scary topic. It was very scary situation, very scary experience. You know what I mean? By the grace of God, she's healed now, but it's still recovering because there's a lot of, she had over 32 surgeries ever since. So, but it was
fitness was not I was very fit before cancer. Yeah. Like I was athletic, everything. And when cancer came, I was expecting to get back, to my health and exercise and play volleyball and blah, blah, blah. And I had surgery after surgery, and then I couldn't do this. And I would say, babe, he would like, come on, go to the gym with me. I'm like, I'm scared to lift the dumbbell and I'll open, like what? I didn't know. So I was praying to God and I'm like, I feel stable now a little bit. And I was like, God, lead me to something. And I found a way to work out. And I'm so excited because it's something that I could do. And the reason why fitness is so in the forefront and I'm like desperate and passionate is because we have a grandson. He was with us for like 3 weeks or something, the longest. And I couldn't run after him. I couldn't pick him up. I had to put him on my back like a monkey so I could bring him down the stairs. And I don't want to get emotional, but I couldn't even carry my grandson. And I'm like, if I don't get fit, what about my other grandchildren? I can't even run around. I'm afraid to go out in the street and he'll run across the street and I can't run after him.
Absolutely.
And that was like, no, I am going to find a way. I prayed. God led me to something and I'm working at it. And I'm feeling so good.
And it's like Sally says, and we're continuing to get older, like we're aging. So it is important to make that a priority.
It's the truth. And one thing that hit me big time is I was, I'm not a big birthday. My wife knows I'm not big. I don't celebrate. I'm not a big birthday. That's just not me. Some people say, oh, the whole month, right? The whole month. Let's party the whole month. Let's go. I know, right, Liz, right? I'm not, hey, my birthday good and it's good. But this year it affected me more because I just turned 54 this year. And I realized, Bernard, every year is a blessing.
Yes.
Every year is a blessing. And I realized, you know what? I gotta appreciate birthdays more. I gotta appreciate that, because I'm healthy, by the grace of God, I'm healthy, don't have anything. But being healthy is just working on things to get healthy. Like, for example, you know what? Stay away from foods that are bad. We're eating the right foods. Do the research, eat the right foods, eat things. If something doesn't sit with you, right, and I'm not going to give a course on that, don't eat it. Right? You know what it is. Even if it tastes good, don't eat it. Right? Eat.
Yep.
Maybe
discipline.
Eat to satisfy, not to be full.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little things like that. Stay away from.
Don't eat after 7.
Sodas. Stay away from sodas. I mean,
Yeah.
we know the things that are out there. Just don't listen. Things are gonna happen. We might listen. There's people that run marathons that run marathons that eat healthy and they end up getting sick. They end up getting something. You see, but don't cause it to happen.
Don't choose to cause.
Don't cause it to happen.
Yeah.
Don't show your life. And to me, it's and then you can't enjoy. You don't have a good quality of life. And to me, I think those are things that we all gotta be more mindful. Go to more one thing I'm working on is to seeing doctors more. You know what I'm saying? Doctors more. And I don't see as much as I should, but there's something I have to do.
So going to your annual checkups. That's part of being able to know what your fitness should be like.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Also, you don't want to work so hard, and then by the time you do have the money and the wealth, you can't even get on the plane because you need a wheelchair to get on the plane to travel.
It's the craziest thing. I see it happen all the time. It's the craziest thing. We've been blessed, fortunate to go to Hawaii about 4 to 5 times. And the craziest thing, Liz, every time we go to Hawaii, the line of unfortunate people in the wheelchair
to board
to go to
Hawaii. Whole bunch of wheelchairs.
It's like a line, because what happens Hawaii, because I guess it's such like a dream wreck for a lot of people, and they can't, so they wait till they get older to do it, but they can't even
enjoy it.
But then not good. And to me, it hit me like, I gotta stay healthy. I gotta find a way to stay healthy. So it's so important. Fitness, right?
So good. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Stay fit so you can enjoy your family. Thank you, Aileen, for sharing that vulnerable moment about the grandbabies, because that is true right there. You have to be fit when it's that time for you to be a grandparent. What is the next F? Drum roll. I should have had a drum roll ready so I could press it.
Woohoo! Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Friends.
Yes.
Nurture friendships. I mean, grow friendships. Nurture, and also it's very tricky. Also, you gotta nurture friendships, but also you have to understand there's different people gonna be different seasons in your life.
Yes.
And sometimes as you grow, like the friends I had 26 years, 20 are not the same friends. Are not the friends I have right now.
Right.
Are not the friends right now. And the biggest mistake that a lot of people make in their life, right? Also, guys, right? It's the biggest mistake in our lives is we tend to associate with people that we have a common past with, not people we have a common future with.
Say it again.
We tend to stick around with people we have a common past with, not people you have a common future with.
Yes.
Ooh, that's so good. That's so good.
And we built tremendous friendships. Even I got a chance to you guys have been special to us in our lives, like you and Robert, and we developed friendship, started business, and we grew together because we've gone certain experiences together. We're going the right direction together, and that made so we're growing friendships. We're growing that. Make sure you have friends that support you. Friendship has to be a safe place.
Yes, safe zone.
Friendship has to be
a
friend has to be a safe place. Be careful who you call friends. And you be careful you call friends. Friendship has to be safe. I mean, I can be vulnerable with you, that I can share with you, and you will protect me, not be judged. And that's something that's so important. So I tell people, you gotta have friends. Some people don't have friends. You have to develop friendship. That's so important to do.
It's a human. It's a connection. You need a human touch. You need that relationship. You just have to be careful on how, like I have acquaintances, I have friends, I have family friends. So it's
be a low maintenance friend.
Yeah.
Be a low maintenance friend.
If you're gonna be a friend, be a low maintenance friend.
Be a low maintenance friend, right?
This is my favorite because I love the topic of friendship.
Absolutely. Because I have friends. Listen, I have friends that are close, that I may not talk to them for months.
Yeah, but they're like
I
this.
may not talk to them for weeks or months. We don't sit there and call and talk, but every time we get together, it's like, wow, like we just continue where we left off, right? Low maintenance friends. If you're a friend that you need all the time, hey, call me. It's hard to, and guess what? Right now, most of our friends are people that we work with because we spend so much time in our business. So people we work with, they are friends. People like we work in our team, in our office, in our field with. We have some people in church, from friends in church also. So that's so important for us to nurture friendships.
Yes.
Nurture
friendships. Good. So good. I love this. Sally saying, yep, low maintenance friend.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So we're going to go to the last one. I think we're ready for our last one. Do we have a drum roll?
Drum roll.
From maracas.
That is. And it is
have fun. Have fun. Laugh.
Sometimes I watch a comedy show just to laugh because I'm like, when was the last time I laughed? I almost peed on myself.
Yes.
I haven't.
Yes.
If it's been a while that you haven't laughed to the point where your side hurts, like we used to back in the day, then it's time to have some fun. Love it.
Have fun. See, life is too short not to enjoy, and it's too darn long to live miserably. It's too short. It's too short not to enjoy, and too long to live miserably. Have fun. Smile. Joke around. Make fun of yourself. I make fun of myself all the time. I'm always laughing. Don't take yourself so seriously. People like I'm around the office. People know I'm very distracted. I'm going around. I'm joking around with people. I'm, you know me, right? That's just me. Just that because I believe in joy. Every day is joy. You have to have fun. Now you have to know when to have fun, when to be serious. Yeah. Don't have fun all the time. You can't have fun all the time. But guess what happens? You have to also have fun. Be a fun person.
I'm the total opposite. I'm always serious and intense.
She's very intense. It's like, why are you so tense? I'm like, I joke around.
It's so funny because God knew who he put together here. Because he always coming, like I could say something so sarcastically and he'll come out with something funny and then I have to laugh at myself. For being so serious.
She tries not to laugh, but I make her laugh anyway.
I mean, oh my gosh.
I make her laugh anyway. It's just you gotta have fun. Life is so awesome. Life is good.
Yeah, it's not a 4-letter word.
And you know what? No matter. Here's what I've learned. Mm-hmm. It's not as bad as you think it is. And it's never as good as you think it is too. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have to be grateful but not satisfied.
Right.
Be grateful where you are. Not satisfied. Doesn't mean that you're satisfied. I don't want to grow, but be grateful because you know what? There's millions of people out there. Billions probably that would love to have the problems that you have. The things that you think that's so bad, that's terrible. There's billions of people that would love to have the challenge that you have. Mm-hmm. You know that sometimes you have your kids act up, right? And the kids they give you problems right now, and you say, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with them?" And you get upset with them. You know what? There's some parents that lost their child.
Yeah.
And that lost their child, and they would love to be
have
able to have
problems.
They would love to have a child to they were like,
have a problem.
I wish I would have a bad kid. My kid would be here.
Yeah.
I mean, things like that. People like, for example, you get upset with your spouse and stuff. Be careful. You know how many you get upset with your spouse by little things and things like that. You get upset. What's wrong? You know what? There's people in their old age they're in their sick bed. They wish, oh my gosh, I wish I had someone next to me while I'm going through this right now.
Yeah, very true.
You know that bill that you say you're afraid to pay that bill. How am I gonna pay this bill and this like that? They'd be like, oh my, I wish I had not to worry about.
Because I have the means. Yep. At least I have a job to try to pay the bill.
Exactly. You have opportunity. You can change that. So have fun. Make every day, find a way to have fun.
Laughter is medicine.
My husband says he wouldn't trade his fun-sized wife for anything.
Absolutely. I'm always gonna have fun.
Yes, you gotta have fun. Yeah. I love how you're showing us some perspective here, Coach. Mm-hmm. Some perspective. We need to have perspective. These 7 F's, guys: fun, friends, fitness, finances, firm, our family, and our faith. 7 amazing F's to always remember. This is definitely going to be one of those episodes that we're going to want to replay back and remember.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely. So work on these every day. Not perfect. But just work on them every single day. And as long as you work on them every day, you have that awareness to work on every day, and you go in the right direction. Sometimes you don't feel like you're growing, but you're growing, and things are getting better.
Excellent. What a fantastic topic. We would have never known what it was with just reading the title. We didn't know the 7 F's, where you were going to come from with this. And you nailed it, buddy. So thank you so much for that. Thank you to all the folks that were watching and commenting. Y'all were really in this one. Y'all were in it. We appreciate you. And of course, we appreciate Aileen.
And Liz, I have to give an advertisement. I know a lot of times you do because you do your own podcast too. Conferences. You do podcasts, and we're blessed to have you help us with this. But you did an incredible podcast, and I have to advertise a conference podcast that you did, which was the Envy and Jealousy. What was the title of it? I'm so sorry, Liz.
Yes, it was Dear Envy: The Difference Between Jealousy and Envy and the Toxic Effects.
Look for it, or maybe put a link in there. Go back on the podcast, because I'm sorry. Every single person needs to see that.
Yeah.
Such an incredible perspective on that topic, that if you're a human being, we've all experienced that, either on ourselves felt that way or a certain way, or maybe someone else towards us. But either way, watch it. It will give you a great perspective, how to deal with it, and be able to have that awareness. A
biblically
perspective,
and so eloquently discussed.
Yes.
Because it's a touchy subject where, someone could be like defensive, and no, it was showing you a clean, I don't even know, calm perspective. It wasn't something that was attacking. It was word, and it was wisdom, and it was a transfer of epiphanies of and also reflective. It was very, very well to me. I was reflecting it
was to me too. It was really good. I wanted to make sure I had somebody on who didn't know me on a personal level, or didn't know a lot of people in our community and things of that nature, but somebody that I've been watching, and she's been such an impact that I'm so glad that the Holy Spirit led me to her to bring that conference, because she did an amazing job.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much. Please add the link on there so people can go and see it. We want to have, and I'm gonna be posting on my channel.
He said it 3 times.
No, I literally, because it's so important. It's just so good.
I will post it right here in the YouTube, so you'll see that in just a few seconds. It'll pull up. This is great, guys.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed that. The 7 F's were fantastic, absolutely phenomenal. God is so good, and what a great approach to this. And we will see you. Will we see Aileen again next week?
Maybe, if you ask for it. We're gonna have a poll. I got a poll by yes or no.
we have to have a poll and see if that's gonna happen or not. That's fantastic. All right, guys, be blessed, and we will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye from the Army Empire Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to the Army Empire Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. Join us next week for another exciting edition, and until then, keep building your empire.